The process of bringing a claim in a nutshell, I'll try and keep this quick. Just sort of picking up on the impact of lockdown. As I've said before, as far as we're able to do so, it's very much business as usual at BBK. We're all working at home and are completely contactable as usual by our clients. One of the aspects we were a little bit worried about at the start of lockdown is really the impact on the courts, as we were worried that it was going to take some time for the old courts to get used to working at home, but I'm pleased to say I've attended a number of virtual hearings with judges in their homes, and they're all going very well. So actually, I'm quite pleased. It doesn't appear to have delayed things that much, which is great. The first thing that we really do when we bring a claim is that we obtain a client's police and court documents, and the reason we do this is because for a client to call us up over the telephone and speak to a complete stranger about sensitive, difficult details, it can be re-traumatizing, particularly speaking to a complete stranger. They've never met us and often they don't know what we look like. So the reason we get the police records is so that we can ascertain what's happened without having to ask our clients too many difficult questions. And what we then do with that information is we pop that into what's called a letter before claim. And the idea is just to include as much information as possible of the allegations that are being made so that the defendant can investigate. And what we then do, which is important, is to try to obtain as many records as we can for our clients, which includes medical, educational, employment, counselling records if there are any. And the idea is for us to try and piece together as much information as we can about our clients' lives to see how they potentially could have been impacted over their lives by what's happened to them. The next steps, once we've got all of those records, is to instruct one of our expert psychiatrists to meet with our clients. Again, during lockdown, these are still able to go ahead virtually, which I'm pleased, so it hasn't caused any delay. But the idea is for our experts to prepare a report for us that we can then use as a way of valuing the claims. So, for example, the experts will be asked to look at things such as whether a client might have suffered any mental health difficulties as a result of the abuse, any prognosis terms, and also whether, well, the type, the duration and the cost of any therapy that might be required, should a client wish to take that up. Once we've got that expert evidence, the next step would be to try and negotiate with the defendant. And I would point out here that it's really important before you enter that negotiation process to have your expert evidence ready. There's a real risk that clients can undersettle their claims without having that medical report. So I really would not recommend that would be done. But once you've got that report, as I said, you can enter into negotiation. And if for some reason the defendant isn't playing ball, or we don't believe that our clients are being offered enough compensation, then we will proceed to the court process. So we will issue proceedings at court and we will take the cases to trial if, as I said, we don't believe that our clients are being offered enough compensation. We've done that many times. We've taken a lot of cases to trial over the years and been successful, including earlier this year. We took a case to the Court of Appeal and one of our clients was awarded over £1 million in compensation, which is the highest amount of damages that's been awarded for an abuse survivor to date. And I've just finished here on the therapy point. It really is up to individual clients as to whether they would like to have therapy during the process of their civil claim being brought. It's a personal choice. If a client would prefer to have therapy at the end of the case, then of course that's fine. But if a client says that they would actually like some help during the process, then we will absolutely arrange that for them.